here we go, he's about to start another one of his fastest laps attempts. Tries to go as wide as possible, didn't touch the curb surprisingly, hits that apex perfectly, comes around the next corner and into the S corners. Does a little bit of a corner cut, but nothing too serious. Coming out of the S corners into the hairpin. Hits the apex beautifully on that corner. They push him with that DRS wide open down the straight. Again, hitting that apex beautifully, cutting the corner a tiny little bit. Again, nothing too serious. There he goes around the final few corners. He's been sent back to P5 by Lewis. Let's see if he's can get that extra 10th and beat that lap. Here it comes across the line. He doesn't manage to gain that extra position or get any faster on that lap. He will remain in P5. He opened up that DRS coming along the straight, and this is the start of his lap. Around the first few corners. Goes along the hairpin. Goes down the long straight, has that rear wing wide open. Looks a bit everyone's last chance to get a lap in. Here it comes round the final 3 corners. A long, fast right-hander. Hits the apex beautifully. Goes wide, hits that apex. Comes around the final corner. Hits that apex beautifully as well, and here he comes across the line, and he doesn't gain any extra positions. Hopefully I can get from P14 to something a little bit higher. He goes into the wall. Great promise. Our fastest lap was a 1:31.218. P1 is a 1:31.53. And he was first place was 3/10 quicker. That was a big gap between the drivers. Hopefully they pick the right strategies and are able. And here we go. And we go racing in COTA. That's an amazing start from the drivers there. Seems to be a few position changes at the back of the grid. Oh, and Days goes onto the inside of Jake, taking that position back. But Jake goes wide through turn 1 and then back onto the inside. But he's not quick enough to take that position back off Days. And Anthony takes over Ben. Get that position back, and now we have a new race leader into the first few corners, and it's Days. Possible strategies there at the bottom of the screen with a 2-stopper or a 1-stopper. Oh, and there's been contact between the Nasty Martin and the Red Bull, and between a Haas and a Red Bull. It's very dangerous. Joker seems to have put too much traction through that corner and have spun into 17th place from 9th. That was an absolute great first lap, a lot of position changes, quite a few incidents, but no one has came off DNF. I suspect a few drivers will be going into the pits for a new front wing though, especially Drake in that Ferrari. Seemed to have had a massive incident causing a lot of wing damage. We go into the first DRS point of the track. P3 is too far back to get that rear wing to get into the fight. But Jake moves to the inside and switches back in front of Days and gains that P1 position back. But there are 2 DRS points on this track. We have the long straight just there and the start finish straight. And he is not, because he makes a move to the inside just enough to get in front of him through the DRS, and he takes 5th. Let's see if he has enough to chase down Ben. He is currently out of the DRS range, however it's still all to play for with 23 laps left to go. Podium is still fighting between these 4 drivers. Haas, the Aston, the Kick and the Ferrari. They will all have DRS going into this next corner, but will they all be able to overtake Anthony and put him to the back? Dave tries making the runs onto Jack for the 3rd place, so he just seemed to can't catch up enough. And Ben takes 3rd back. Is Kazi going to make a move to the inside? He tries it, but it's too far back. He's catching, but doesn't catch up by enough by the corner. Anthony moves to the inside of turn 1. It's going to be close to these drivers. Oh, and Brandon we're going 3 wide into turn 1. Brandon drops back, and there might have been contact between the Kick and the Aston. Doesn't look like it much though. Kick tried to move there, but unfortunately was unsuccessful. Tried to make the double take into turn 1. Very risky move. Spain going to make a move to the inside down the long straight, and he is. Is Kazi close enough to make a move? No, he is not. May have been contact between the 2 drivers there. When Ben takes the move onto the inside of Anthony, and they go fighting through these corners. And Ben comes out on top. Ferrari makes a move down to the inside of the Kick Sauber and takes that position off the Kick. Great moves from these drivers. The Williams Joker has managed to get back into the points into P8, just a place behind where he qualified. But he's going to have to make up some time if he wants to get that 7th position back. Then he comes out of the pits in front of the Wolf Magnet in 9th. Is Ben going to make these tyres last the rest of the... Oh, it seems the Ferrari has had an incident. He's been kicked back behind Kazi. And he's 2 seconds behind Kazi. Now it's a fight for 1st between the Haas and the Kick Sauber. Joker is now up to 7th place after Special One goes into the pits. The Love Magnet, another speeding penalty. Currently have 4 drivers in the pits, a Williams, an RB, an Alpine and a Red Bull. The gap between 1st and 2nd has now increased to 5 seconds. Ben finally makes the move through the DRS and gains P2 of the race over Days, our current #1 driver. Is he able to keep that position off Days though? He'll be able to defend well enough to keep Days behind. Open up that rear wing, is he able to catch up enough? Switches to the inside and takes P2 of this race with only 10 laps remaining. It'll be a fight to the end for that 2nd position. Oh, and Dez has made a mistake and he's spun. And Ben makes that position back and kicks Dez out of the DRS. And here we have the Williams currently having a fight through turn 1 with the McLaren. Absolutely great racing, but the Williams will not have the DRS. But the McLaren goes wide and the RB takes over the McLaren. The RB and the McLaren open up that rear wings, try and chase down Joker for that 7th position, and there's been an incident through sector 1. Seems to be with one of the Red Bulls and the Mercedes. McLaren, oh, the McLaren goes for a risky dive from there and loses positions and has hit the wall. Oh, and Joker puts a bit too much throttle and is overtaken by 2 drivers. 3. He's been set back into 10th position. He is still in the points though. Can we get more points for the Williams? They both have the DRS. But Joker does seem to be faster. He makes the move to the inside. Brakes a little bit later and he takes back 9th, but can he keep a hold of it? He pushes the RB wide. Bit of contact there between the 2 drivers. There goes around the inside of the RB. What a move from Dare to secure that position. The kick comes onto the inside of the Williams and takes that 9th position. The RB is too far behind to be able to. Oh, and the Williams hits him with the switchback. It isn't successful though. The Williams goes to the wide line. It's at apex. Is he going to be able to make a move through these S turns, or is he going to have to take that position back through the DRS? Williams makes some moves onto the inside, but it's too far behind to make it successful. Still follow closely behind the end, and here comes Jake. For the first time this season, our 3rd winner, Jake. Absolute great performance from Jake today. Definitely earned that win. Comes Days and Ben, so that'll be Days P2, Ben 3-3, Anthony in P4 unless those penalty kicking back, and they do. Because of P4, the Haas P5. Here comes Henry, 24 seconds behind 5th. Crossing the line now in P6. And not far behind him comes It's Birds. And here comes Joker in P8 coming across the line. The Love Magnet sets the fastest lap. It's Joker in P8, Special One's P9, Manburn P10, Williams P11, Lewis P12, Amabot P13, Ross 14th, Veiltox 15th, Senior 16th, 17th is Drake. Fastest lap holder, and P18 is the Love Magnet, and NG Shadow in P19. Some great battles and some great racing between these drivers today. So we have a McLaren, an Alpine and a Aston Martin.